Hello there, my name is Wiki and R, and welcome back for another episode of Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. So, I have so far kept my promise with this game, and I have not lost my cool at all. I may have been stressed in previous games, but I have not voiced it. This is the fourth video of this game. And so far, I have not lost my cool. I am proud of myself. Because, like, people have seen me. You guys have seen me rage before. Not only in Let's Plays, but I've raged in streams and stuff, too. For those of you who've watched me, I play lots of Left 4 Dead 2. Even though it's a fairly old game. By now, I still love it. I've got a whole bunch of hours in it. Not as much as some people have in other games, but I don't know I don't know whether or not to say that I'm proud of the amount of hours I have or not, because that just means I have spent a whole lot of my life playing video games. But I mean, I have spent a whole lot of my life playing video games, because playing video games was a big part of my life growing up. And, like, but I play game modes on there. Game modes, and I always play, like, I used to only now... Well, I do play the, like, easier and normal setting now if I just want to, like, have fun and, like, relax, but I can say that I believe in myself. I believe that I am not bad enough to... I play game modes that are, like, there's only special zombies, so, like, the ones that can really get you and hurt you, or... Like, I play on the, like, hardest difficulty, just, you know, to challenge yourself. You always want to challenge yourself to do better. And I've... This game is difficult, but the truth is, it's only really difficult if you make it difficult for yourself. Like, there is no difficulty setting in this game. It is just this game. This is the only game mode. This is the game. And I quite enjoy games like that are like, there's no difficulty setting. You only have the one game mode, because it is either it's hard enough already, or it's just enjoyable enough already that you don't need to make it difficult. Like, you don't always need to make games difficult. Like, you know, there are people, yes, who are, like, really good at video games, so they want harder modes and stuff like that, or they challenge people professionally and stuff like that. I don't do that. I'm not, like, a esports person. Which apparently that's a growing field. That's a huge growing field where there are lots of, like, schools, colleges, and stuff like that are actually, like, starting to have esports, like, leagues. Like, they would have, like, a football team or a basketball team or whatever. There are a lot of them that have those things. Wonder if you have to pass a drug test for the esports league. I'm not taking steroids to enhance my gameplay. That slide is slippery. It feels very slippery. I mean, just like if you look at it, it's a slide. Slides are slippery. It happens. I apologize if I ever just go silent. I don't like going silent, but I may just go silent sometimes just because I'm focusing. I'm trying to focus as hard as I can. I need to comment with this.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Are you starting slam poetry again? We've had this discussion, Bennett. You know I don't like the slam poetry. You know, I love the music he has for his voiceover narrations. Those bits, I really like it. It's very soothing music. If this little ledge was not here, I would have fallen down. So okay, I'm good. For right now. I'm good for right now. I would have fallen down so many times. But you know what's interesting? I never really focused on that or paid attention to that. But there is a background. I mean, I did notice that, yes, there's a background, like, in things you can't get, and, like, areas that you can't get to. Like he was talking about, this is a random mashup of things, just, like, put together. And there are kind of different, like that. Look over there. There's a mini golf course. Like a mini, just at least one hole. And there's just this different random mashup of things that makes this game interesting, because it's like, why is there, like, that's a, beside me right here is kind of like I would say like a patio-esque area. They've got a like a grill and stuff on it. Well, I mean, there's two patios, because there's the one that's I can stand on, and then there's the one that's next to me over here that I can't stand on at all. Alright. I feel like I'm, like, playing golf. My wrist is itchy. I would like to try and find more games that I can basically play through them in one Let's Play. That would be nice. I don't think I've ever had a like single game or single video game Let's Play. Like, I haven't gotten through a game in one singular Let's Play. They've all been series. And, you know, series aren't bad. They're fun for people that are dedicated to watching a series of games and are like, that's that whole, like, you get excited for the next installment of it. If you listen, I don't think you guys can really hear it, but like there's stuff going on in the background. One second, I'm gonna do something here real quick. There we go. Like, you guys can hear it a little bit, and there's like people in the background. You can hear them. I mean, like, there's this kid over here. It's like sliding down the slide. He would be one confused kid, because it's like, why is there this man in this pot thing that's like swinging a hammer and climbing up this area? Also, like, why am I like, sliding into an abyss. So I've got to be very careful with this next part here. That sucks. But yeah, my next part, I got to get up onto that little ledge over there. Ooh, bring myself around.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Iced tea.
He's been like quoting people like Nietzsche and Shakespeare and all these other people and like Lincoln, and then it's like iced tea. I find that funny because like it's not that he doesn't fit, it's just it's weird. But a good weird. And I mean, it's I don't think it fits for this scenario. I mean, it can kind of fit for the scenario, but at the same time, any mistakes that are made are honestly my fault. Anything that goes wrong is honestly my fault. And like, if I mess up, I can't blame the game, unless like the game crashes or something. Then I can kind of blame the game. I have to half blame my computer, but I can't blame the game for any mistakes, such as like me falling. I can't blame the game on that. I can blame myself. There we go. This is another one of those scenarios that I've talked about in the past. That's like where you've gotten through a certain point and you've just like died enough in a game where you get to that point in the game where you're reaching that same point where you die again, but you've gotten proficient enough in the part up to that part where you've died that you basically blow through it in like a couple minutes. Like, I'm impressed at like how quickly I got back up here. I feel like I'm falling every single time I do that. I feel like I fall a little bit more. I don't want that. I want. There we go. I'm gonna get up here. I feel like this metal part here is like, I mean, no, this stone's pretty bad too, but I'm like, they're both really slippery for some reason. Now I'm just kind of, I am basically drowning out the rest of the world outside of this game right now. Which, I mean, yes, is a good thing, because like it's great to not have to listen to everything else. It is honestly excellent not to have to listen to everything else. But I I might have to adjust some things, some gain things when it comes to this video, because I did very much boost my gain. I keeps getting stuck right there. Right there. Come on. You can do it. I believe you. Or not. That works too. I've done that several times when playing this game, that whole compromise thing. Going, you know, it's okay. I don't care. It's whatever. There we go. But okay, it feels like there's different sections to this game as there is like different areas in life. Like this is I don't know what I'd call this area. I don't know why, but this game, I'd have to check where Bennett Foddy is from, but this game very much gives me a sort of like if it were set in a location in the world, it wouldn't be America. It wouldn't be America. It'd probably be somewhere more where you've got like a lot of like possibly cobblestone or brick like roads, or like, and you find a lot more like vines on houses and stuff like that. Somewhere where most of the architecture is older. I mean, and that can be possibly a place in America, but I feel like this just isn't set. I mean, I have to assume that this game isn't really set anywhere, because, you know, that it's this giant mountain of crap that's been put together, and there's literally no logical sense into how it's being held together. But, like, what would be your guess about a location? Say this was set in the real world. What would you think, just from what we've seen so far, like the areas we've seen so far, what would you say would be the location of this game? Where would it be placed? Like, we have games that, yes, there are some places that are like copies of different places, like in different games or books and movies and stuff like that are, it's not technically a real place, but it is a real place. Like, say, like Metropolis. Metropolis is basically New York City. What would you say this place is? I would think that this man here in this cauldron, he definitely feels like, just looking at him, his facial structure and stuff like that, it's very strong and broad. It kind of feels Russian, but I don't know. I'm just making up crap to say. There we go. Or not. You do whatever you wish to, Cauldron Man. Suppose that is your prerogative. There we go. Oh, no.
When to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new wail my dear time's waste. William Shakespeare, Sonnet 30.
See, like I said, he's saying things, he's quoting like Shakespeare and stuff, and yet then there was just the random Ice-T quote. And yet, it's a little bit odd, because he was talking about, like, I couldn't find it in myself to make any of the levels easier, like any of the... Well, there's no real levels in this game, it's all just kind of one big level, but one could almost say there's little levels, but it's not like a level that you beat and then you move on to the next one. It's just you get to a certain point where you can stop and then move on to the next one. I do not know why this is not working.
Whoop.
There we go. I'm just trying to get him to sit down, literally right where the hammer is placed. Is that too much to ask?
Whoop.
Apparently. There we go. Oh, jeez. Not what I wanted to do.
Whoop.
See, if you notice, anytime I rush this stuff, it's so much worse, and like it doesn't work out. I'm having a strong feeling that this is going to end up being like a 20 to 30 part series, just because I've made little to no forward progress each round. I've made progress, but I end up back. I always end up basically, I'm pretty sure for the past 2 episodes at least, possibly 3, I have started them at this area. See, anytime I get to this area, and I can't use the hammer to basically pull myself up that little ramp. Not the rock, but the actual, the ramp part here, the bottom, like, that I'm sitting on. That part, I can't use it to pull myself up like I would normally, because for some reason it just pushes me further. It literally just pushes me further back. But, you know, I'm all out of time for this one. Actually, no, I didn't start this round down here. I started up there, but, you know, backwards progress. But, yeah, I'm all out of time for this video. If you like this one, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.